a topic like this, like pursuing stuff that means something to us, where my mind goes to is, in the context of people who've either transitioning out of sport or trying to find a new sense of purpose if whatever they've done career-wise came to a halt. Maybe they lost their job, maybe something crashed, whatever it is. I feel like part of the recovery process is learning how to be curious again and learning how to sort of connect with the side of you that is wanting to just become interested again and have fun with ideas again. And it seems to me on an intuitive level that this type of curiosity, I don't know, just keeps things interesting and helps us want to keep improving, or I don't know if that's the right word, but it seems like it would nudge us in the direction of continuing to explore and have adventures, which for me on a like zoomed out time scale of your life, it seems like a good thing to have.
Yeah. I think these days we see curiosity as a really important quality to have, right? I think like for a long time in psychology, they understood curiosity as a drive reduction mechanism. So we experience a knowledge gap. We don't feel good about that tension.
Sorry, like drive reduction.
Drive reduction.
Curiosity as a drive reduction.
Yeah. So we look to fill up a gap in knowledge or in skill that gives us tension, right? Oh, I don't have this knowledge, I don't have this skill. So I go ahead and I fill it up. And once you fill that void, you stop being curious. That was the traditional understanding, right? But we all know that that's not true. Like, especially in affluent societies, we seek things that we don't know for personal growth. So researchers and psychologists, they have talked about two emotions when it comes to curiosity. One is curiosity is a feeling of deprivation.
Okay.
And curiosity is a feeling of interest. Deprivation is a feeling of tension. And it comes when you experience that gap that I just talked about, right?
A more traditional view.
More traditional view. You also have curiosity as a feeling of interest where you derive delight and pleasure from exploring and discovering new things and things that get you excited, right? So for me, it's like discovering a new punk rock band on Spotify. I was like, oh, it's pretty cool, like something new, kind of check out that seed and all that. So they've also broken down curiosity into like 5 dimensions. So those are the two emotions, and they overlap quite a bit, right? And you could experience growth through both kinds of curiosity. They're just different emotional pathways to that growth. And curiosity as a whole has then I forgot what the researcher's name is, but like this guy broke it down, or girl, lady broke it down into like 5 dimensions of curiosity. One is joyful exploration. So that's the feeling of like delight and pleasure that you get from discovering new things. There is your deprivation sensitivity. So how sensitive you are to not knowing certain things, how sensitive you are to having certain gaps. And then there's your stress tolerance. How okay are you with not knowing, right? One is like how aware you are of having gaps. The other one is like once you know that you have the gaps, how okay are you with dealing with that unknown?
Interesting. Okay.
The 4th dimension is thrill seeking. This is the inclination to do crazy things like jump out of an airplane, which I guess a lot of people would, but I wouldn't. Yeah. And then there is social curiosity, which they then break down into 2 further categories, which is overt and covert social curiosity. So overt curiosity is when you're curious about people and you go ahead and form that relationship and find out about that person, right? This is pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Covert curiosity is like snooping around, gossiping, eavesdropping, that kind of...
Stalking them on social media.
Yeah. And I think all these categories are important because the researchers have related them to different personality traits. You know, the ocean personality trait, right?
Yep.
Openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. They related it to each dimension of curiosity to different personality traits, and that in turn predicts your well-being. So,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going there. Okay.
Yeah, so things like joyful exploration and overt social curiosity, as anyone would guess, would predict higher overall well-being and higher productivity in the workplace as well. They looked at, I think, professionals in the workplace for this study. And then things like how high your stress tolerance is to dealing with the unknown is also quite important in having a higher sense of well-being. And things like covert social curiosity obviously correlates with higher neuroticism and disagreeableness, and that in turn leads to lower sense of well-being. Yeah.
And so when you think about a high performer and you think about kind of their patterns of exploring new things, do you have some thoughts around how to leverage curiosity in a better way to make better decisions or to explore new ideas? Or if people have patterns that are, dragging them to the covert social curiosity type of patterning, do you have anything that you think about to sort of pull them into a healthier way?
But I don't have very creative ideas on how to leverage different types of social curiosity. But I think we had a conversation about this before, right? About how the mental performance coach, Brett Starbuck, he talks about when to quit a pursuit. Like when you know that it's time to quit. And if you're still curious about something and you can still learn, then you could keep going. But if you are no longer curious about the pursuit, then it's probably time to quit. And I think we can take that a step further and say like maybe be aware of what kind of curiosity you have. Maybe you are still curious, but are you curious because you feel like you have to keep up with the image of expertise that you have developed over the last 10 years? Or are you curious because it's joyful exploration? And what is your stress tolerance with, if you're trying to keep up the image of expertise that you built over the last 10 years, what is your stress tolerance with not knowing? Are you being anxious about not knowing? Are you being stressed about not knowing? And what is the cost of learning? Like, what's the opportunity cost of learning?
What are the trade-offs you're making by staying in the thing?
What are trade-offs? I think that's a really good one.
I think an interesting one is also if your dimension of curiosity in a relationship, for example, is mostly about, thrill seeking. And it gives you that sort of large burst of energy, but you're already at a point where should I continue, should I not in this? If you do some reflection of like what type of curiosity is this mostly based on, and it's not some longer term potential value to your life or anything deeper than it's just a lot of fun and we do crazy shit together, and you can more clearly make the decisions that you need to make, right?